Hello, Go players! Welcome once again to Sente, a YouTube channel dedicated specifically to beginner and intermediate players to help them get better at the game. Topic of today, I'm going to teach you how to not lose a one game. I'm sure there's no more frustrating feeling in the world than losing a game that you thought you were dominating in. And at least for me, one of the main reasons I lose one games is because I'm not paying attention to what actually needs to be done to close out the game. I'm going to show that to you in an example where I made sure that I saw what needed to be done to win the game and simply applied it, and there was no technical difficulty, and I comfortably finished off the game with a 20-point victory. So, without further ado, let's get started. Well, Go is a cruel game. My friend told me that. It is cruel. You could make 99 out of 100 moves perfect. But if you make the one mistake that decides the game, then you lose the game. Simple as that, no matter how far into it you are. Therefore, especially in the middle game, it is extremely essential to keep your objectives in line and figure out what needs to be done to close out a game that you're winning. Okay, so here is the scenario. Right here is a game that I played last night. I was white in this game. Against another 6Q. And I felt like I had been playing very well up to this point. I actually was playing very non-aggressively. I didn't fight anything. I sacked some stones, tried to surround. I played the surrounding game. If you look at this black group, right, I made sure to surround it by both sides. I tried to sandwich this black group in between this side and this side, and I have some really nice profit. Really nice solid profit. Now black plays this move, and it's a crossroads time. Because I've got some really nice territory right here. I could, if I wanted to, solidify this entire line of the board. However, that would give black a bunch of free moves. And now my question is that worth it? So there's a few things I had to consider. And as you'll see, if I considered the wrong things or didn't consider anything at all and just did what my instinct would be, which was to just take my points, I might have lost the game. So let's think about what's going on the board right now. My lower left is fine. My upper left is fine. Sure, black can cut these 3 stones, which is definitely something I'll need to keep in mind, but right now there's definitely bigger plays that I can make on the board, so I'm going to leave that for now. This group is a little bit in danger because its connection is not complete yet with the stones. We can see that if I Tanuki, black can push and cut. And just like that, white's group is not looking too great. So that is definitely cause for concern. If I were to give black these free moves, how much points would he really gain from that? And that's really the crux of the issue. If you're ahead in a game, count your points, count your opponent's points, and see what you need to do to keep your lead. If it's to remove Aji, do it. Remove the Aji. If it's to solidify a group that was weak and that will get you enough points such that you can win the game, then do that. So let's go back from this move and let's count. Okay, so this is where it stands right now. If we look at how many points I have 4 times 3, which is 12, 18. 18 plus 3 times 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 3 times 8, so 18 plus 3 times 8, which is 18 plus 24, which is 42. Plus 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. Plus 14. 66. Right now I've got about 66. Plus Comey, 70 something. Black has 4. That's 12. That's about 13, so 25. 41. Okay, so I am ahead by huge amounts of points right now. So my question is, can white just take these points and run, or does it need to do something a little bit more aggressive? So let's play out a few variations and really figuring out these crossroads and being like, okay, these are the 2 main things that need to happen in this game. And deciding between those really can help simplify it and figure out what needs to be done. So in our heads, let's I'm going to do it on the board, but when I was doing it, it was in my head. just like run through some ideas. Okay, so let's say white just decides to take his stuff, right? Like we said, there's this huge push and cut that black has. Now white can maybe try to make some life. Well, that doesn't work. Can maybe try to make some life here, but it's going to be really, really hard. Like really hard. Even this has tons of Aji, right? Black's out. And now white has to try to make... This is not going to work. The white group is dead. It will be extremely hard to live there. We can see that even if white decides to come out here, we have this. And even if white wants to save that stone, this makes sure that black is connected. And now white's going to have a really hard time making eyes. Extremely difficult. Black can do things as simple as that. It's really going to be tough to make an eye there. Black can just go here. That's false now. If white decided to come down this way, sure, gets one eye, but where's this other one coming from? So letting this group get cut would be a huge problem. Huge problem. And I might be able to fight my way out, but not great. So we have judged that it's super risky to not leave this group, not connect this group somehow, some way. So first objective done. Next objective. How do we do it in such a way that we don't give black a bunch of free moves and allow him to take the center? Because we said black was about 20 to 30 points behind. The center's got that much about. If we let black get most of this, he can really even the odds. So something as passive as that, not attractive. Black can first off split that, then come up here. And you see he's starting to get this area. And just by not doing anything, black is gaining a lot of points here. So a passive option, it's not great. So now the question becomes, how can I protect this group and reduce black center? Right? That's really the main question that we're asking ourselves right now. And we've gone from this sort of diagram of like questions, like first off, like what do I need to do to win? Like, is this group safe? How do I make it safe in the best way? And now we sort of know what we need to do. We're like, okay, I just need to make this group safe in an aggressive way. Why not just do that? Plop a stone in the middle that's threatening to connect in a bunch of different ways and use that to strengthen this group, and we'll build it up from the outside. So we can see what happened was black decided to cut my group off, which I was fine with. That's a free move for me. How many points is black going to get from that? Right? I knew that I was ahead before counting this group. So it doesn't matter if there's no points there anymore. All that matters is reducing black's points. So now I'm going to keep being forcing moves. Force him to take this stone. Now look how safe this group is. From those few exchanges, this group is totally fine now. I really don't have to worry about it. It's totally going to make eyes here. And look, I've got a free pass to the center. It's like a buffet. Just take as much as you want. And so he tried to reduce, but as soon as I got Sente again, that's what I decided to do. So I just completely was able to just invade the center. I'm not going to go through all the endgame with you. There's a bunch of endgame that we can study here too, but the main idea is that at the end of the day, I'll go here. At the end of the day, I took off almost the entire center from him. So whereas he originally could have had that entire mass, he now had what, 3, 4, 5, 8 points in the center. My group ended up being fine. I forfeited that side, but still got a few points on the center, so that was fine. I ended up winning by 20 points. And that could have very well been nullified if back over here, I decided to play my first instinct and take just the side. So that's my quick tip. I just want to give you a little video and show you that in the middle game, it's really important to figure out what you need to take away from your opponent in order to solidify your lead. Because a lead can turn around really, really quickly. Stay on your toes, keep playing, and I will see you on the grid.